For the most part, I've dealt with my trauma. I've dealt with a lot of it. I've experienced so much like inner child work, personal growth and development, right? I've experienced so much of that. So I've dealt with a lot of my trauma. But that doesn't mean, and this is my lesson now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be triggered. So I could be watching a movie, or I could be listening to someone's story, or I could be or just walking in public, and I get this smell that reminds me of my childhood. And during that time, what was going on, right? So, and that's a trigger. Always when you're breathing, put your feet flat on the ground and just make sure you're in a comfortable, nice, comfortable, relaxing position. You can do it as long as you feel necessary. It could be like a whole moment. You can do it like 5 or 6 times. Like it just depends on you and your comfort level. So after you do some breathing, um, I would like you to imagine a safe place. And so when I say safe place, pick some place in your mind where you can go, where you have felt safe there before. It could be like your grandparents' home, if when you went to go visit, or if you've lived there, whatever. The ceremonial grounds, the church, the mountains, like wherever you want it to be, where you felt safe, where you knew nobody could help you. I mean, nobody could hurt you. Someplace where you knew you couldn't be hurt or harmed. Someplace where you know you'll be safe. It could be a variety of places. If you don't have like a safe place, like a memory wise, then you can create one. My safe place is a beautiful place. It must be like in the Amazon. So there's like a mountain, and there's trees alongside, and the waterfall is falling all the way down. There's a long strip of waterfall falling down in between the trees. And alongside the mountain, heading towards the waterfall, is stone stairs. So that's where I crawl up. And there's a like a plateau part, and um, my bed is there, and it has a mosquito net over it, and that's where I go, and it's the most comfortable bed ever. So I had to make up my safe place. I had to make up this place where I feel absolutely safe. No one could harm me and hurt me, and I can just go there and just be. So when you create your safe place, what do you hear? What do you smell? What do you sense? What do you feel? How do you feel? My bed is nice and soft, right? When I'm walking up the stairs of the stone stairs, it's cold, right? The mist is so complimenting, like it's just so refreshing and nice. I can hear the birds singing, and you know they're flying around. There's big butterflies, beautiful butterflies flying around, and they're even on my mosquito net around my bed, right? So that's my safe place. The sky is blue, the trees are green, like there's just so much vibrant, beautiful colors. And it could be a place that just never changes, or you can change it. When you go to some place and you experience like peace, and you say, this is my new safe place, right? That's okay. Now I would like you to, once you have that in your mind, I would like you to put your right hand on your right knee, and imagine every time you put your right hand on your right knee, you imagine your safe place. So having your hand on your right knee, and just be. Be in the moment of your safe place. Feel it, smell it. Use your senses to just be. Okay, thank you. The reason I'm talking about the safe place is a lot of times we get triggered, and I think that comes from, like, this is just me personally, right? I'm just sharing my personal stuff. Just identifying what you feel, and then am I feeling sad? Am I feeling confused? Am I feeling overwhelmed? Am I feeling anxious? And we don't even know where that's coming from. A lot of times it's like when we get triggered, as small as it is, even if it's just a little scent of something that reminds us, then all of a sudden I'm like snappy, moody, right? So to be aware of myself, I'm like, okay, where's this coming from? And I just kind of breathe in. sometimes we can recognize our trigger by a body part. A body part will start paining. So we can get a pain in our, right shin, top of our foot, our toes, our fingers, our shoulder, our head. Can get a slight headache or um, sharp pain in the eyes, like just different things. So for example, I don't necessarily like the smell of beer because a lot of the abuse that I went through was when my ex was drinking. It's almost like this trigger comes in and then instantly I think of my ex. Instantly, like I'm not even joking. Instantly I think of him. And then I'm like, okay, we're safe, right? Hand on my knee. If I'm standing, then it's just kind of like putting the hand closest to the knee, which is via my thigh, and just remind myself I'm safe. And it's so fast. It's so fast. So that safe place, it happens. The more you practice, the faster it happens. That happened X amount of years ago. It's not happening now. And so something happens in our brain where our subconscious remembers it, but that smell or that noise, whatever it is, triggers it. And then when that happens, it has to distinguish whether, are we in danger? Is this happening now? What do we need to do, right? So we start going in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. I've done my best to make sure I've dealt with my trauma and my triggers and all that and recognize all of that, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get triggered, and that's my lesson now. It doesn't matter how much work I've done on the trauma. There is still a good chance of being triggered. And as long as I know how to deal with it and address it and cope with it and move on from it.